Welcome to the What She Taught Me podcast.
Unfiltered conversation between a mom who's lived it
and a daughter who's still figuring it out.
Yes, we're here today with another conversation between my daughter and moi, your humble servant, Latoya.
And Lanoya.
And we are happy that you've joined us right here. We invite you to, just be a part of our experience, and we do hope that what we share here with you can be a way of, strengthening your bond with your child, your daughter, your son, and even as a young, matured adult, male or female, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So today we will be talking about my mom is my best friend
Or not.
or not, or my daughter is my best friend
Or not.
Yes, it's a conversation that we've heard about where, there is this conflict of whether a mom and a child or a parent and a child should be best friends. And we're here to just draw our take on it and how it has helped us as a mom and a daughter and our relationship.
Yes.
So, what would you say about your mom? Is your mom your best friend or not?
Most definitely, she is my best friend. I mean, when you just look at friendships in general and how they are developed and how you get closer with your friends, it's obviously through different avenues. Like, one, I became best friends with my now best friend because we spent a lot of time together. So obviously I see my mom almost every day, probably every day. Yeah, so we spent a lot of time together. So that's one way. Another thing um that brings friends together or cultivates a friendship or best friendship is relating and similar experiences or similar thoughts, opinions, and that's something that has brought my mom and I together. I mean, we've been doing life together from the time I was born, I guess, and there are just so many things that we went through together that allowed us to learn together, that allowed me to learn from her and her learning from me. So just thinking about the different aspects of what makes your best friend or what makes somebody your friend. And we go for a lot of those things with our parents. I mean, depends on the boundaries that you have or what certain parents see, but your best friends, you share your feelings with them, how you feel about a situation. You let them know that this is going on and I need your advice. So these different things cultivate that kind of relationship. And some people have it with their friends. You may have it with your mom, with your dad, but you don't necessarily label it as your best friend, but you just have that type of relationship with them.
Yes, this is so important. And first of all, I think when persons hear best friend, it lends to a kind of, I won't say toxic relationship, but maybe a wild relationship. Certain things that you would
I get what you're saying.
Yes. At certain places that you may go and your friends covering up for
Yeah,
you.
or certain secrets they might know and stuff. Yeah.
Yes, I think this kind of defines friendship to certain persons. So they believe that you can't have that kind of relationship, with
Your parents.
with your parents. But Jesus should be our best friend because he says that he sticks closer than a brother.
Yes.
So I believe a best friend is someone who has your back. Someone who wants what's best for you. And I also believe best friends has its place in every relationship.
Yes.
I think it should be a basis for every relationship, and it would define and the type of relationship you would have had with this individual would actually define best friend for you, or may I say friend?
Yeah, I think friend. Yeah, friends.
Because there's but use the term friend. There is a different there are different dynamics to every friendship, and you may have three friends, like you have your close friends.
Yes, my
You may call
girls.
them your besties.
Uh-huh.
However, each relationship is unique. Why? Because the individuals are unique personalities.
Yes, yes.
So each relationship with your best friends would be unique, and it's not that one is any higher than
Yeah,
the
yeah.
other. They're just different types of
Which
relationship.
is okay because I have my friends from back home, my friends that I grew up with, my friends that I went to high school with, secondary school, and then I have my friends that I went to college with, and we graduated, and that's like your college besties and stuff. And like my mom said, it's not that there's like a hierarchy or like this one is my
Level,
least
yeah.
favorite best friend or my no, it's just different relationships, we
And different
bonded differently.
experiences,
Yes,
exactly. And this
different
would bring us to
personalities.
our first point. I don't want to miss it. Stronger bond.
Uh-huh.
And this what actually helps when your parent is your friend, or may I put best friend there. It creates a stronger bond because it allows you to build trust. It allows you to have an openness. It allows you to have that relationship where you can feel safe to
Yeah.
share what you feel with your parents. Now, when you do not have that strong bond, which can only come from a friendship, then it's very hard for you to have that type of relationship with your friend. For
Yeah.
example, let's talk about a manager, or we call it a boss,
Hmm.
in your at work. If your
Yeah.
boss does not become your friend, like some people believe it's necessary to separate that professional relationship
Hmm.
from a friendship or even an intimate relationship, and each has its place. But if your boss is not your friend,
Yeah.
your boss will not be able to connect with you on certain levels
Hmm.
outside of you doing your work. But it is necessary for your boss to be your friend, because, and when I say friend, I'm not saying best friend, but it's good for your boss to be able to be your friend so that you and your boss can have that connection. And that connection or that bond will definitely foster you performing at a much higher level
That is
because
true.
there is trust.
That is true.
Mhm.
Yeah. um it just slipped my mind, but you were mentioning about the boss, and th- a lot of times we see that your supervisor, your boss, they draw the line at friendship because they want to keep things professional, because to them, keeping things professional produces the best results. It avoids romance in the office. It avoids drama and so many different things, and we kind of see that shifting into the family, into the home, of when some parents want to draw the line and put that draw the line and not be your friends, because they think that if it gets to that point, they might slip up and not be as strict, or you might not respect them, or you might not follow their rules, because you know we have this idea
The
that
boundary
friend
is not
yeah
being
we have
crossed.
this idea that friendship is it's casual, it's comfortable, which is true. But I have um my friends and I, we have certain things we don't do with each other. I respect my friends. You respect your friends. I'm sure you all respect your friend, but I think there's this idea that when it turns into friendship, everything else goes out the window.
Yes,
And I think it's important to know that it actually you who decides what those boundaries
that's right.
are,
What you can
um
accept.
what you can accept and what you can't accept, because you could have a friendship and with your mom and your dad and not be disrespectful to them. You can have a friendship when you always hear them say, I'm not one of your little friends, is usually followed up with not followed, it's usually said after you probably said something that you would have probably said,
Yeah, that I
that you
used
would
to
have
say
said to your
so often
friend.
to you.
Yes, it would that statement would have come after you said something with your friend. But friendship, especially in the family, doesn't necessarily cancel out
Respect
respect or
should not.
strictness or
Should not.
relationship in general. It's not meant to be like that. Yeah.
Yeah, see, this is so important. Friendship should not um subtract respect.
Yeah.
Respect should be part of the friendship.
Yes. Yes.
It definitely should be there. And in order for there to be respect, like you mentioned, there must be some clear boundaries. So
Yes.
in our relationship, as much as you always say this to your friends or whoever, my mom is my best friend.
Mhm.
We still have the boundaries.
Yes.
So where the next point I will bring up, which we have between us, is effective communication.
Uh-huh.
And this is what our friendship helps. It's one of the should I say, advantages, or one of the, what we can, how would I put it? But let me just use the term advantages for now, that comes with having your parent as your friend.
Mm-hmm.
Effective, or best friend,
Yes.
effective communication. You are more, or children are more liable to speak openly and honestly with their parents, if they feel that they can trust you.
Yes.
If you know that your parent is not ready to just critique you, or not ready to discipline you just because you're being open and honest. And I remember when you were a little child, there was something that you did as a little child, and you knew you should not have done it. And I
Mm.
think well, not I think, I know I started very early with you. I mean, like I've always said, everything was very intentional. I left
Mm-hmm.
nothing to chance. And I told you that I will not beat you. I will not punish you if you tell me the truth. I will can discipline you when you tell me the truth, but I will not smack you if you tell me the truth, because this 10 would have been the highest level
Can
of
you repeat what you just
punishment.
said
I
to just be
said
more
I would
clear?
punish you.
Uh-huh. For making a mistake,
Yes,
but
sorry,
not for telling
not for
me.
telling. Yes, thank you for
Yes.
correcting me on that.
Yes.
I will punish you because of what you would have done, but I would
Yes.
not smack you for telling me the truth,
Okay, I get what you're saying. Yes.
because you believe when you if you admit to doing something wrong, that I would tap you.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's what you thought as a child, you know. Maybe I would have done it before, and you you were traumatized by it. Were you? You can't remember this, but this happened pretty, pretty young. And I told you, if you know you did it, just tell me, and then we would see about it. And I made that commitment to let you know that I'm not going to punish you for telling me the truth. I would punish you if what you did requires a punishment, especially if I've said it to you many times.
Yeah.
And I would always explain to you, your actions and what can come as a result of your actions. And most times I would ask you, what do you want me to do now? What do you think I should do? I would always ask you, what do you think I should do? But what you being my friend, or you seeing me as your friend, someone you can open up to, makes our communication much more open, so that you could say anything to me.
I
Say
mean, yes,
anything
as
to me.
yeah,
I
as
mean,
far
there
as it go.
again,
Yeah, as far
boundaries.
as it can go, yeah.
Boundaries will not allow you to tell me, Mommy, I kiss a boy last night. Well, you should.
No, but things are different, and like I think we spoke about this. I'm not sure if we spoke about this in a previous episode, but there's just like there's no one person that you tell everything.
Yeah.
There's not one person you tell everything, and again, that's with the different friendships. There are different friends you're more inclined to tell certain things, because it's different. Like some of my friends, they don't tell me certain things because I
They know
might
how
not
you
agree
are.
with it.
Yes.
They know I might be the one to tell them guys that was wrong. So they avoid telling me because they're not ready to
To
face
face
that
it.
judgment,
Yes,
not
yes.
necessarily judgment, but that perspective. And I mean, that's okay because there are just certain things you tell certain people, certain things that are said. And that's just how it is,
You said
guys.
something so important, and this is a point that I needed to make also. Thank you
Uh-huh.
for bringing it.
Of course.
You're not ready to face.
The judgment.
not necessarily judgment, but what's coming from you. Not necessarily, you're not ready to face the truth in that
Yes,
matter.
yes. It could be hard,
So
yeah.
you would not tell me everything at that particular
Yeah.
point. But later on, maybe when something else arises and you will need some more advice, and you tell me, yes, well, I did that, or this happened and stuff.
Yeah.
And because you know at this point you need the
The
counsel,
counsel.
and it takes
Yeah.
us to our another point, where that we have the effective communication. You will value the guidance that I would give you without fear. But
Uh-huh.
as human beings, sometimes we need to take a moment for us to prepare ourselves for certain
Yeah,
things.
even when we go to God, He knows everything, but even in all our guilt and our mistakes, we're just like, I'm not ready to face this yet. But some of us, we don't like to be honest with ourselves, and that's just the truth. We know it's wrong. We know we're procrastinating. We know we're wasting time. We know we're doing something we're not supposed to. But just staying in a season of oblivion, I should say, just or being,
Being oblivious,
yes, you
yeah,
just you don't want to face it. Yeah, in the back of your head you know it, but it's just
it's
like
real.
I
Hmm.
can't, and that's just human feelings, human emotions, a human response to trauma, to mistakes, whatever it may be. Yeah.
Yes. So when your child, with you, and I want you to talk about the points that I'm bringing there. When you as a child can receive guidance from me as your parents, your
Uh-huh.
mom, without fear, then because of this, me correcting you does not seem like a punishment.
Yes. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yes.
So when you come to me with something that you've done, I'm going to get a talk done, or something that you should have done,
A
you
lecture.
know.
Yes.
Damn, here goes those teachable moments again. And that's what you're just not ready to hear.
That is true.
Okay, not necessarily a chastisement. You're just not ready. You're just not in a space because you probably are beating yourself up already, and
Exactly.
you're not ready to hear me say anything about it.
Exactly.
But when you because of the relationship that we have, you can come to me and know that me correcting you or me giving you those teachable moments,
It's out of love.
is out of love, and it's not a punishment.
Yeah.
Because when you do not have a relationship with your child, anytime you come to speak to your child, it will feel like a criticism. It will feel like a judgment.
Uh-huh.
It will feel like a punishment because
I mean,
they
face.
lack some empathy. They
Yeah.
lack some feelings that child needs from you. Now, I think I need to allow you to speak from a child's point of view. Although I'm also a child.
Yeah, you have a relationship
Yeah.
with your parent. But face value, that's what it is. It is criticism, it is judgment, it is a lecture. But then that's why the friendship is important, because when you get to know the person and know how the person responds to you and who the person is to you, then you're able to say, okay, this comes from a place of love. Because you telling me
Bravo,
that
bravo.
you're telling me something, or you correcting me about something, you and probably like a professor could say the exact same thing to me, and I might receive it from you differently because I know you're my mother and you care about me. And maybe this professor has not been the best to me, so it's harder for me to receive it from them.
Mhm.
So that's why the friendship is important. Is knowing who the person is to you, knowing who the person is, so that when they're even giving you criticism, I mean, it is criticism, but you know that there's no way she'll tell me this because she hates me or
Mhm.
she's trying to hurt me. It must be from a place of love because I know she
Yeah,
loves me.
yeah, yeah. I think I can say, based on what you're saying, that friendship is an act of love,
Yeah.
and friends are a medium in which the love is shared.
Expressed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
expressed. Wow, we can copyright this. Yeah, so it is. Friendship is an act of love, and friends is a medium, or are a medium through which that love is expressed.
Yeah.
So whether you're a husband and a wife,
Yeah.
the foundation of that relationship must be
They
love.
always and friendship, yeah.
It must be friendship.
That's a, that's they all.
That's the word I
You
wanted
want
to
to
use.
say friendship instead of love?
Instead of
Yes, because you always hear that. I mean, I'm at the age where I'm dating and stuff,
you
and
dated? Oh my god.
anyways, and I've just heard advice from so many influential people in my life, obviously who are married or who have been through it, and they always tell me starts with friendship. It literally is like that is the foundation. It starts with friendship. So if something so important as marriage, as choosing someone to spend the rest of your life with, is so important that it has to start with friendship, why do we exclude a relationship with our mothers and fathers, our children, well, not my children, but your children and your child, why do we exclude that from it when literally it is the
It's
basis
the
of anything
basis.
that should flourish?
Yeah, and Jesus, I mean, God, who is everything to us.
Yeah.
Our everything is the I am in His word. He's Jehovah. His basis for us is friend.
Yeah, he's our friend.
Yeah, He's our friend because He is love.
So we even see the emphasis of friendship even in
Yeah,
the
in
word of
in
God.
in divinity,
Yeah.
it's revealed. And you mentioned that your friends, you're able to share so much with your friends, and it's real because you would listen to your friends before you listen to me.
It depends on the
Let me
situation.
not say it
It
that way. I
depends on the
mean, because
situation.
we're friends. But
Yes.
let me.
Somebody who's my
I'm sorry.
age.
I'm sorry. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
let her
Let me rephrase
rephrase. Yeah,
this.
catch yourself.
A relationship between a parent and a child. That child, when there is no friendship there, this child will be influenced by outside friends more than the parent.
Yes.
Because children, whatever age you may be, will be influenced by their peers more than their parents,
Yes.
or should I say friends. So when you do not have that friend dynamics within the relationship
With your
as
parents.
parents,
Yeah.
when if we were not friends, this is why I had to change it around, because this is not what we experience in our
Yes, but if we were
relationship.
not
But if we
friends,
were not
I would
friends,
be
you
more
would be looking for the advice
from my.
from them, because you would have that more open communication with them.
Yes.
You would feel that because of the effective communication that you had with them, you were able to receive the guidance without any fear, thinking that
Uh-huh.
it's criticism. And this is where you find many children going astray, being influenced by their peers, because they do not have that friendship
Within the home.
with their parents.
Uh-huh.
So they can't speak about their parents with about things that are happening to them, because they will feel judged, they will feel not good enough, they will
Uh-huh.
feel like I can never live up to the expectations that
Yes.
you have for me. But this is something that we have between us, and we're happy to see that you would come from a date, and you will come much faster. You As soon as you come to me, I'm like waiting for the tea. What went on? And then
Yes.
you will share something with your friends. But I'm the first person. I mean, say it. I don't want to say it for
I
you.
mean, first of all, I don't think we should really say that I don't think we should say that it's necessarily you're the first person.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm saying you haven't been, because
Mm-hmm.
obviously, if I'm coming home and you're right there, I'm gonna share it with you. But I think were you gonna say something?
No, I'm
Oh,
not.
oh,
No, go
oh.
ahead.
But I agree with what you're saying. Because we do have that friendship. I'm open to sharing my experience with you. Also, not saying that I don't do it with my friends, but then that's the point where we say that's highlighting the point we just said, when there are different people for different things in our lives. So I might come from the date and debrief with my mother about like emotions, or what do you think, or where you think this is going, and then I might go talk to my friends about the actual tea. I'm kidding.
Yes. Again, because of
And that's okay.
boundaries,
Yes,
there are
yes, yes,
certain
yes.
things that you will not share with me, and there are certain things that you will not ever share with me.
Now let's stop
And there are
saying.
certain things that you're just not ready to share with me.
Let's just say. let's just get it straight that this sounds like it's only me. What about you? There's other things you won't share with me, or you've never told me about your life or your past. This is a two-way street. This is not only about me. This is also
right,
about her.
right, again, because of boundaries,
Yes,
and again, it's not that I will never share it with you. The moment has not been right to share it,
exactly.
and that's what I've been saying
Because
about you.
yeah, because there are
It's not
some
just
things
the
I'm
right
hearing now because I'm at an age where I could probably understand it more, or I'm going
Mhm.
through it myself,
Yeah,
and that's okay, guys. That's okay.
yeah.
So we're not saying. I think some people might mis interpret what we're saying and be like, because your mom is your friend, you must be telling her everything and
Okay, now I get it.
no, 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 no,
Now I
no,
get
no,
it.
no, 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 no. But I feel like some people might see as because it's friendship. There's no limits. Everything you do with your
Now I
your
get it.
friends who are at your age, you do it with your parents. That's not necessarily what we're
No, no,
saying.
you do
Yeah,
not tell me everything. You will never tell one person
everything.
everything. Okay. So no,
Daughter,
but don't
anything.
be scared that she's telling me everything.
This is
Yeah.
what you think this is. You think this is me telling my friends that I didn't tell you everything they've ever told me? Obviously not. I'm
She
loyal.
does. Yeah.
I'm a loyal friend. Like, if you don't want me to say nothing, I'm not
Okay.
saying anything.
It's the moments, the moment, the basis is that she knows. The important thing is that she knows
I
that
can
she
come
can
with
tell
you.
me
Yes, I can come to you. Yes.
anytime. She can tell me anything, and she can come to me at any time and share anything with me. Okay,
Yes.
it's not like you. Now, this is what I think when I say that you tell me everything, but I'm not thinking that you will tell me everything.
Yeah, 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 I
I'm
understand.
just saying that this is the relationship that
Yeah, yeah,
we
yeah.
have,
Yeah, I
that
understand.
you can come and share everything, but I know you won't tell me anything, everything,
Anything.
everything,
So,
because there are boundaries,
yeah,
there are moments,
always, always.
there's time, there's the not just time, there's the right time, but then when you come to me, you can find security, and you can find confidence.
Yes, safe. You're safe.
Yes, you
I'm
can
safe.
confide in me and know that you are safe.
Yeah.
So even if you might not come to me the first time for everything, like I mentioned earlier, when you come from your date, you will share everything to me, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this girl just gave me a whole rebuttal. No, when I come home, I don't go and spill all the tea to her. Anyway, that was my moment. But what I know for sure is that when you need someone,
Mm-hmm.
when you need help,
Yes.
you know who to go to.
Yes, yes, yes. And that's
That's
the
because
importance
you
right there.
know that you can find because because of that bond we share, that openness that we have, this effective way that we communicate between us. When you come to me, you know for sure that my guidance will be there. You don't have to be you do not have to fear. You know that you can find correction from me, and that correction is not necessarily a punishment. You know that you can find confidence in what I'm saying. You can find wisdom in what I'm saying, and
Uh-huh.
you can find security, that even though at that moment it's not something that you may have regrets, it's not something that you would want to get, but you know that you can learn from that situation.
Yeah.
I'm not going to judge you, and we're moving on,
Yeah.
moving on.
Yeah.
And then it's good to know that you have that experience, because what you find in a relationship where there is friendship as the foundation, which is an expression of love, then you find that you have joy in your relationship.
Yes, of course. Because friendship is meant to be fun. It's meant to not not necessarily fill an empty space in your life, but God made us to have companionship, and that's something we need. And it's supposed to bring us joy. It's supposed to bring us comfort. It's supposed to bring us safety. And obviously, because of sin, there'll be moments where you feel betrayed, you have arguments and stuff, and there are moments where sadness will come in, anger may come in, but the overall goal of friendship is to bring that joy in our lives,
Mhm.
to feel that that part of our lives, because
as social beings.
yes, we're meant to have people around us. We're meant to be social. We're meant to have families and have friends, and
Interact. Mhm.
yes, and
Interaction. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it's good to note that um, when you have friends,
I know I'm a little sick, so I'm recovering.
well, yeah, friends, when you friends, the medium that God uses, people
Yes, yes,
to be friends. Friends are mothers, they are fathers, they are husbands, they are wives, they are managers, they are bosses, they are pastors, they are preachers, they are in politics, they're all over because they're just people, and people make up the world, and we're flawed, we're
mm-hmm.
imperfect.
Yes,
you
yes,
know there is sometimes in that we sometimes put such a high expectation of perfection from someone else,
yeah,
that we do not leave it open to know that this individual is imperfect just like we are, and
yeah,
they may hurt us,
yeah,
they may disappoint us, you know they may do things that we did not expect them to do.
yeah,
And this is where forgiveness comes in, over and over and over again. Just like our example, our best friend forgives us over and over and over and over again.
yeah.
And he has never done anything wrong in his part,
Yes,
of,
Lord.
of our relationship.
Yes,
But we
Jesus.
continuously do wrong things. Yet
Yeah,
still, we have this high expectation that someone should not do wrong to us, so that when wrong is done, we quick to wipe people out. We're very quick not to forgive. For very quick to blacklist. We're very quick to cancel, when people do us wrong or they don't live up to our expectations, when we too are not imperfect. Now, this conversation is not where you have what's the term? A psychotic behavior.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Someone
There's some people who are actually like they don't deserve a second
continuous.
chance.
Well, everyone deserves a
Well,
second chance and forgiveness, but they do
well,
not have to be
in your
in your
life,
life.
yes, that's the thing.
This is why you use boundaries. When someone has shown you over and over and
Who
over
they
and over
are,
who they are, then you
believe them.
realize that you're not the savior.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot allow them, you cannot continuously give them the place in your life to hurt you.
Uh huh.
So this is when you walk away from those toxic behaviors. You walk away from the toxic behavior, but you are not closing yourself to love. You are not closing yourself to forgiveness.
Yeah.
It's the behavior that that person portrays that you're staying away from. So it's good. Just wanted to put it in there that we're not perfect. So I'm not expecting my daughter to be perfect. I
Mm-hmm.
want my daughter to be the best every day. I want my daughter to grow, from her mistakes. She falls 50 times, she gets back up 51 times.
Yeah.
And she's not expecting me to be perfect.
Yes, I'm not. And I think that's obviously something we see in our parents. Um, it's not necessarily in our minds at a young age that we're saying we want mommy and daddy to be perfect, but we know, like, but to us they can do no wrong. They're mommy and daddy. Depends on the relationship, you might see it like that. But then as you continue to grow and you get into arguments with them, mistakes are made, things are said that should not be said. You start to, even right now, as I'm in getting into adulthood and just seeing how my life and my decisions have been, you just kind of shift that whole perspective, and you notice that your parents are literally just human beings. They're not perfect, but more importantly, they're human. They're trying to figure it out. I was watching a movie recently, and the father told the daughter that I've been a father as long
Yes.
as long as you've been a daughter. So we're both figuring it out as we go, and obviously mistakes will be made, but they're literally just figuring it out. Had some of our parents had like big dreams. Some of our parents have had their hearts broken. Some of our parents are living in a season of depression, anxiety, and as I grow older, you just see how they're literally like just like us. Yeah, they're humans. So extending that grace also to them, and allowing them to realize that yes, this hurt me, and I'm mad, but you're human, and I know we could get better. I know we can make better decisions, and this is all a learning process that you and I are in. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And again, where you find yourself forgiving because we're imperfect. But you said something which really resonated with me when you said that as you grow older. So, what our friendship would do, the way that you can speak now,
Yeah.
our friendship, us being friends, it has helped you with a smooth transition into adulthood.
As smooth as it could be. Yeah.
As you mentioned, you are more open to seeing my perspective. You
Yeah.
are more open to seeing what I'm saying with you actually leaving certain things out
Yeah.
to it. So it still allows you that even if you're growing up to still want my advice.
Yes. Yes.
Because
Yes.
even though we're both figuring it out as time goes by, but the wisdom that I've gotten from being there before
Uh-huh.
can help me, because if I have to live my life again, knowing what I know now, things can be totally
Yeah.
different,
Yeah. Yeah.
It can be different. And with you, it's like me helping you live your life and not me living my life through you.
Uh-huh.
And that's something that I've spoken to you about. I don't want to live my life through you because it's your life,
Yeah.
but I do not want you to repeat the same mistakes.
Yeah.
But if you do it, that's your choice. But then I'm going to give you the guidance that I've received and I have learned in times past to help you make better decisions.
Yeah.
So this relationship, this friendship allows you to go through a smoother um um play in adulthood, into adulthood, because as you go by and you go through certain experiences, later on, maybe later on when I go through menopause and all these things, when
Uh-huh.
you will be experiencing those things yourself,
Yeah.
you would be asking me about it, or
Yes.
you see certain symptoms and signs. I mean, it's happening right now. It's certain things that you go through as you go through things. People, as young adults will go through, you
Mm-hmm.
ask questions, and then I can tell you, yeah, when it was me, when I went through this is what happened. And it
Yeah.
helps you to have a better hold in theory
Yes.
of life
Yeah.
as you
It's
try to put it in a practical form.
yeah. 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 Because it's important to just point out that saying a smooth transition into adulthood doesn't mean easy. It doesn't
Definitely
mean
not
it
easy.
doesn't mean no trials, no tribulations. Doesn't mean I will automatically find out who I am, or it doesn't mean I'll automatically find a husband, or things will just go by flu just because our parents will counsel us on how to do it better. It just means that there is support that could help things be better. So if your parents they made some mistakes financially, and now they're able to see where they made the mistakes, and they can help you, so that doesn't guarantee that you won't have bills. It won't guarantee that you won't have loans, or it student loans or whatever it may be. It doesn't guarantee that you'll make a six figure straight out of college and stuff, but their counsel can help you start saving sooner. Their counsel can help you start investing, help with your credit card, and build up your points, your
Your
credit
credit.
score and everything. So it doesn't necessarily cancel out trials, tribulations, or personal issues that we'll have just growing up, but it will make it better.
It will make you better equipped.
Yes, and it will help you avoid some unnecessary
Definitely.
unnecessary
Yeah.
problems as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So real. There's something that you mentioned. I kind of lost my thoughts on there when you spoke about it. But yes, it's the smooth transition is just preparing you in theory because you have not lived it. You have not lived it. It prepares you in theory. You have the
What?
information. It's like you go to school, like you're in the medical field.
Yeah.
You go to medical school, and the classes that you have where your professors will teach you or lecture you, it's just to prepare you in theory for what you're going to do in your practical.
Yes, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be a perfect exam. It's gonna be super
Exactly.
easy, or because at the end of the day, you still have to learn on your own. You still have to just go home and study by yourself and apply it on your own. So same thing with what our parents give us. They might give us all the advice, but we have to take it to ourselves, with ourselves, and internalize it and figure out how we're going to apply it into our own personal lives. Yeah.
And as we've been discussing, the advice that I give you, or the advice that a parent might give to his or her child, them receiving that advice is, it would depend on the relationship that you have with this with your child.
Yes, that's
So
where the
if there's no
friendship comes
friendship,
in. Yeah.
yeah, if there's no closeness, no bond, your advice will just be,
Yeah, it'll go through one ear and out the other.
it will just be in the air. Because I won't say that this child will not respect you, because I don't think they'll necessarily disrespect you, but there will not be much trust based on
Uh-huh.
what you see. And something I needed to say also is that we as parents should not portray ourselves as being perfect.
Uh-huh.
You know,
That's important as well.
sometimes this is where the friendship comes, when with you being honest. Sometimes we and I'm happy that you mentioned, I think this is what I needed to say at some point, where you mentioned that you know that I'm not perfect, and I know you're not perfect. So the fact that you know I'm not perfect, you're not expecting me not to make errors, even if when I make something, when I go wrong or do wrong, that it would affect you, it might hurt you, or something. And not necessarily. Sometimes you're just a softie. You don't want me to shout at you. You you're just a baby. Oh, my baby. So sometimes it's not necessarily just yes being sensitive, you know. But then sometimes I do wrong. Like sometimes I might be too excited and I judge too quickly. And you'll be like, Mommy, can you wait? I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Or I will accuse you of something that you did not do, when I'm all up in my feelings, the few times I would have done so. And it would hurt you, you, and you would let me know, and I can see you're hurt, and then we apologize. And there are times that we of course we do each other's wrong, and we stay a few hours without talking, although there was a time we spent a few days not
Yes.
talking,
Yeah.
and the fact that we were able to talk about it, we spent almost a week
Yeah,
about
not
not talking
talking.
in the house,
Yeah, and then just one day we just started talking.
and we were able to,
Reconcile.
yeah, and let each other know that it was not a good thing, and
Yeah.
you did not feel okay with me not talking to you. I mean, say I did not feel okay with you not talking to me also.
You did not. How is me I have to say it about you? You have to say it about me,
I
you.
said it about
No,
you.
you have to say it about
I
you.
said it about you, so say it about me too now.
Okay, you wanna okay with me talking, not talking to you.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, let's.
So yes, back to it. So I'm just saying that we're imperfect. So we do not have to portray, because sometimes as a parent, what I realize is that when we have that perfect, we want to show that we're perfect, and our children can see beyond this and see that we're not perfect, right?
Uh-huh.
They and then we expect perfect from them, pretending that we're perfect. They can come back to us, and or they can think to themselves that, oh, you're pretending that perfect, but I know you're not
Uh-huh.
perfect, and you're trying to get me to be perfect too. And how do you want me to be perfect and you know you're not perfect?
Yeah.
How are you expecting me to get it all together when you did not have it together? That's something I know you probably think, but I do not show you that I have it all together. So it's good for us to take that journey together as friends, as parents and child, letting each other know that hey, we're in this together.
Yes.
I'm there for you, and you are
And I'm
there.
there for you.
Yeah,
Yes, yes. And that's what friendship is basically doing.
yeah. So the key to balance, being a friend with your be to or being a friend to your child, or
A friend to
a
your
friendship, yeah,
parent.
friend to your parent, or friendship between parent and child doesn't mean that being a parent doesn't mean that the child is allowed to say anything to you or do anything
Or
to
be
you, or like it's
disrespectful.
just adults. We're adults, you go in and you come back in when you want to know. It doesn't mean that you're being a parent without boundaries. No. What it means is that your love is expressed in a way that is relatable, that is warm, and that is enduring. So you get to talk, to you know that the love that I have for you is warm, it's forever, it's lasting, it's
Yeah,
relatable.
and it's also foundational.
Yes.
It's a foundation for a flourishing relationship, and we see how important friendship is in the Bible. How important friendship is when choosing your spouse. How important friendship is in just being effective when you have a team. Um, you could see how much further they go when that bond is established and you know each other and you know everybody, your weakness and your strength, and you're able to work with different personalities. And the only way you can get to know these personalities is by fostering a friendship.
Yes, fostering love, and love brings empathy.
Hmm.
So when we talk about our love as a mother and a daughter being relatable, is because there is empathy, me being able to understand what you're going through.
Hmm.
You being able to understand what I am going through. To whatever extent us understanding each other can be, but just knowing that we're there for each other.
Yeah.
So, in other words, my mother, my best friend. Yes. My daughter, my best friend.
Can your mom or your parent can your parent be your best friend? Can you be friends with your parents? Can you be friends with your daughter?
Definitely.
Yes, yes, you can.
Definitely.
And
Definitely.
if you have put that aside or push it aside, or you've never wanted that, consider it now. It's never too late to start fostering that, because it's already you already know your child, and your child supposedly supposed to know you.
I think you've been a bit emotional. Yes, you're getting to know each other in that regard. So yes, we can be. And the term best friend, like we mentioned earlier on, but the term best friend is not full stop finale. That's it. You are, and you're the only one. Best friend is just a term that we use, that's someone who's
Yeah.
closer, because we have a lot of friends.
Yes, we have different types of
Yes,
friendships.
but best friend is just someone for sure would be your first resort and will still be your last resort.
Yeah.
So even if you don't come to me first, you will come to me last. You just know that this person is right there when you need them.
Yeah.
So most times, in not most times, in relationships between best friends, they might not speak every day,
Uh-huh.
and these people can be from high school, from childhood friends.
Yeah.
You might not speak every day, but then this person has your back, like we say. Whatever you're going through, you do not have to give the person all the details. In other
But
words,
they've got you.
you do not even have to explain yourself to the person. You know that it's someone you can go to and you can cry to.
And isn't it a beautiful thing? Or can it be a beautiful thing that you experience that with your parents? For those who probably moved out, you live in another country, you live across the country, whatever it is, you might not see your parent every day, you might not talk to them every day, but I can always go back to mommy. I can always go back to daddy. Those are the arms that embrace me and I'm safe in. Those are the shoulders that I can cry on. Those are the places that I can find comfort and safety and security and wisdom and support and love. And that's just what the friendship is. So you may have had that relationship. You may have that relationship with your parents and you just don't label it as that. But that's what it is. And that is foundational for a beautiful relationship with your parents, a beautiful relationship with your children.
Yes, for any relationship to thrive, you need to have that friendship. You really do. And this the one who can emulate that perfect friendship is Jesus.
Amen.
Okay? So yes, you have your mom, the who and your father, you can run to them, but there are some cases where people do not have a mother and father that they can run to. And this is why the Bible says that when your mother and your father forsake you, the Lord will raise you up.
Uh-huh.
Because what? He is your best friend. He is your best
He's the
friend. And
OG best
even when
friend.
you do not make him your first resort and you make him the last,
He's still
he's
there.
still there.
He's
Because
still
this
there.
is what a best friend does.
Amen.
And this is what we do, even in our flawed example of a friendship, between us as mother and as daughter, even with all our imperfections, and we're, best friends to each other, knowing that if I am broken, I can run to her, and I know she has my back. I am still working on crying in your arms. But I can remember, recently there was something that I was concerned about.
What?
And you came to me. I was kneeling at my bed not too long ago. I was kneeling, praying. Remember?
No.
A few weeks ago, I was at my bed praying, and you came to me and you just put your hand
Oh.
over me. These are
Yeah.
moments where she would look at me and say, Mommy, what's wrong? I'm being nothing, because as a
Everything
mother,
is
sorry
falling
about
apart
this.
because you need to wrap it up.
as a mother, as a mother, you, as a parent, I should say, you do not go to a child and say to a child, I'm broken, I'm tired. You don't put your burdens on your child.
Yes.
Because even in that friendship, there's kind of the boundary superiority there and that sort of a thing. But with God, we can just give it all to Him.
Yeah.
And we are so grateful that despite the friends that we have on this earth, we can look up to our eternal Father, our eternal friend, look up to God and know that He has our back. Sorry.
Wait, sorry.
I just didn't.
Oh, okay. So yes, in conclusion, friendship of the foundation of so many relationships in our lives. But most importantly, it's the foundation of a beautiful, flourishing relationship, whether with your parent, with your child, with your spouse, with your best friends. So we want to encourage you to foster that, build that, um, have that, and lean on your friendships, lean on the people in your lives that have just been there for you through it all. Oh goodness, I can't speak. But we thank you so much for tuning in today to the What She Taught Me podcast. This was Unfiltered Conversations with
A mom who's lived it
and a daughter who's still figuring it out. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to support us, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.